Alright, so we got this little gem now. This is I have no idea, whatever it is, Jeep thing. And it does have an LS engine in it. And currently it has a Turbo 350 and an MP241 manual case. So, not a bad little Jeep if you like Jeeps. And we're going to be trying to get this thing going here. Probably the first project of the year. And it's got 8.8 in it already in the back. Got some stuff and things on there. And bumpers. And there's the case. So I got to do, apparently there's something you have to do on this to get rid of the slip yoke and put a flange on it. So this style of a drive shaft can be used with the W joint. So there's, I guess, basically it's just just like an unfinished project type thing that my little cousin got. So I'm gonna be helping him out, trying to get this thing together for him and get it running, do the fuel system. I got to build an exhaust on it, finish wiring it up, and I think we're gonna end up putting a 4L60 in it and get rid of that Turbo 350 and just make things a little nicer on it. And plus we don't know the condition of the 350 thing on there. That's kind of cool. The whole thing opens and closes. Kind of neat, I guess. Quite a setup there for the spare tire. And it's got tires on it. And did you see the spray foam? I got some spray foam on there. And then for some reason they had unhooked this harness. This comes up here to the, I guess this is the stock Jeep stuff. I don't know anything about Jeeps. So I'm gonna be figuring out what these wires are, cleaning this down, and then using what I need from here to try to run, if I need something to run from here through here for gauges or whatever. It's got a nice little radiator in it already. Bottom hose is already figured out. Got an electric fan up here. For some reason it actually has another electric fan up here. And we got, wow, that is a tiny little trans cooler. I thought it was bigger than that, but we got that going on now, securely mounted. So we'll be getting that going. We'll be running the drive-by-wire. We got a tack module over there. Got a couple pedals. I believe, well, he said I think it was a 04, but it's got 10mm valley cover bolts. So typically that's 03 and down. It could be early 04 maybe. But it does have different head gaskets on there. Some sort of a block hugger thing, header, plug eater, I guess you will call them. Plug eaters, plug wire eaters. Motor mounts and everything. So I guess somebody just started it and didn't. That was just, oh goodness. That's as far as they got with it. Almost fell over the tire here, mother. We got this thing going. I don't know if I showed any of this, probably not, but this is a 1990 Mazda thing, and it has a 4-cylinder automatic, and sat for a long time. And with any truck, the configuration of regular cab, extended cab, long bed, short bed, they all have a different tank for some reason in some of these. So since this one's an extended cab, you can find the fuel tank, but because it was 90 in fuel injection, the sending unit that was in it was pretty much unobtainium. You just could not find one, and it had almost 10 gallons of fuel in it, and it was just, it was horrible. So luckily I was able to salvage the tank. I cleaned it with some Purple Power and just you know, swished it out and cleaned it up and got it. It actually turned out pretty good. I was surprised because it didn't look like it was gonna turn out very good. So put a new fuel pump in it, got that situation. The thing actually cranked up and ran. I put a new fuel filter up front, blew out all the lines because somebody had cut a bunch of the hoses and stuff on it for some reason. And the whole reason it was parked however many years ago was there was a water leak at the thermostat housing connection. And it's not a bad little pickup truck, you know, for a 90 model. And so it had all these cut stuff and things. And let's see, this housing right here, so the thermostat bolts on here, and then there's a 90-degree piece that has 2 bolts that are studs with nuts that hold it on here, and then there's a heater hose off the back side. So the bottom nut was missing on there, and once it got a little pressure in it, it would spray down on top of the alternator here. So that was the whole reason the truck got parked, and apparently it's missing the shroud too. So I got that on there, got some antifreeze in it, tried to get all the squirrels' nest and rats' nest out of it and everything. And then when I went to drive it, the brake pedal went to the floorboard. And then come to find out that the wheel cylinder on this side was bad, and there was brake fluid all over the back side of the tire there. So I pulled those off, and for some reason this side has 2 brake lines going to the wheel cylinder, and there's no bleed. So the other side actually has the bleeder valve on it. So we put 2 new wheel cylinders, excuse me, on there, and then he tried to drive it probably 30-40 minutes away, and he called me, and I was like, you know, what broke? So he said that was brakes were smoking real bad on the front, and so I ended up having to go pick him up and tow him back with the truck, and we rebuilt the whole front brakes and everything. There was actually an AutoZone somehow was able to get the parts for it in one day, so nobody else local could get them. So we did new calipers, pads, rotor, repacked the bearings and everything, and got it ready to go for him. Put some new 14-inch tires on it, and it's a neat little truck. I mean, it's surprising that it runs like a top. And put some new plugs in it, and new fuel filter, and there was something else I thought I did, but anyway, there's no belt for the AC. It's probably 90. It would be an R12 pickup truck, but yeah. So there's that, and then like I say, I'll be trying to start on the Jeep, getting it going for my little cousin, and you know, first order business, I'll just go through the wiring and try to figure out where we're at with it. It's got some kind of I guess it looked like we looked up the wiring harness, and it's somebody off eBay or something, like $160 harness or something. So I'll just go through all that and try to get my wiring squared away, and then work on my fuel system and stuff, and try to get it cranked up and running, and then we'll get some drive shafts made and all for it once I get a 4L60, and then I'll put a dummy case in it just so I can get some measurements and all. And then I had some adventure with the red truck today. I was going to tow a 1500 Z71 home 08 truck, and then there was some guy coming up interstate with a little trailer without sides on it, had a bunch of split firewood, and then a piece bounced up took my grill out and everything, broke all that up. So of course I was easily able to chase him down with the trailer and make him pull over and show him the damage that his firewood did to my truck right here, and tore all this out. So I was not very happy about that, but I guess at least it didn't come up over and take out the windshield or something like that. But this thing's been doing pretty good. Real happy with it. The current setup and everything on it. I've actually calculated a little over 12 miles a gallon in it, which I think's a first towing. I think it got about 10.5, and it tows really well. It's got the bottom ends there now. That's how I like it, and you know, it's doing good. It was definitely worth the change from the 823s to the 243s. So I still would like to try another cam in it, but again, I think I'm just gonna leave it alone and keep driving it and all. And so we went and got the truck and got it home and unloaded and everything. But oh man, I was just so upset that it just took all this out, you know. So hopefully I'll be able to get another grill on it and get that fixed without too much issue. And keep working on the truck in there, try to get the cabs done and everything, get all the rust out of it, and continue on with that project. So anyway, that's the update on the Jeep and everything else for now. So